look at that, that's a nice horse. Hey! 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 Hello, Morg. Alright there folks, hope you're doing well. Another camping trip for me. It's Thursday the 26th of February 2026. So it's still summertime, but it's a little bit overcast. Been a lot of rain over the last few days. Now I'm in a place called Imbituba, which is south of Florianopolis, the capital. About 80k south of the capital. This city has a port, a shipping port. I've never visited the place before. I've passed by many times, but we'll go and have a look in the city soon. Don't know anything about it. We'll go and have a look. Now, I'm not too far from the beaches. I'm on the outskirts of the city here, to the north side of the city, and I'm on like a little farm, a sitio. The place is called Recanto das Dunas, so the place of the sand dunes, basically. The lady who owns the place and the husband were telling me there's a little trail through the farm here over the sand dunes. She said it's a lovely view there, and down onto the beaches. So we'll check that out also. Now, I hadn't been here long. I'd set my tent up, as I say, early afternoon, and the lady came, called me down for some lunch. I said, no, I don't need any. I've got my own food. No, come on. We've got rice, we've got beans, we've got spaghetti, and we've got a fish soup, corvina. So I went down. I'd actually had some food here outside my tent. I'd had a sandwich, I'd had plenty to eat this morning, and I went anyway, just to be polite. I went down and had some lunch with them. Really nice, proper food, corvina, lovely fish that is. So yeah, I'll show you around this place, and then we'll have a walk along the trail here at the back of the farm and go on to the sand dunes before it's dark. It's about 4:30 now in the afternoon, so I don't want to be too long, and I'm not sure how long I'm staying here. It could be just for tonight actually, and moving on tomorrow. I don't want to stay too long at one place, you know. I've got to make the most of my few mosquitoes about. I've got to make the most of my time away and visit as many places as possible. So now it was my choice to come and put the tent up in this location here. You've got water there, sink for washing pots. There's no one here actually, just me and the owners. They've been busy obviously before, but everyone's gone now. After carnival it gets really quiet. So right, I've got my tent set up here, look, under this eucalyptus tree. Let's just hope we don't have any storms and a branch falls on the tent. But we're going to have a wonder. As I say, it's a little farm, this is like a little small holding. Before we go on anyway, I found this place on Google, same as all the other places, and good reviews, 5 stars. There's another place not too far down the road from here, on the seafront actually, a campsite, and I didn't like the looks of it. The reviews wasn't that good, so I thought, you know, I'll give this place here a try. There's some mosquitoes here though, that's the trouble. I better put some repellent on. No, I had to pause there and go and get some repellent on my arms. It's done the job actually. And the lady came at the same time, asked me if I wanted Wi-Fi. I said no at the moment, I'm going for a walk at the moment. So she put a little plastic table in front of the tent, in front of my tent for me also. Well, lovely place, nice and quiet. So they've got a banana plantation here by the looks of it, a small banana plantation there. The guy's been working actually with this strimmer, cutting all this, look. Cutting them palms. So there we go, there's the entrance. Here we have bathrooms and toilets. She's took me a chair round also. Good of her. Look at that, that's a nice horse. Hey! 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 Hello, Morg. Oh, she told me to be careful, that horse bites. Anyway, so there we go. Look, there's the entrance into the place. And in there, that's where I went for my lunch. In there, they've got 2 sinks, 2 cookers, 4 fridges, tables, benches. So a communal area. She was showing me a photo also. They had a lorry parked there a couple of days ago. A family from Belgium in a big motorhome. So I don't suppose they bought the motorhome from Belgium. Maybe, maybe not. I do not know. But anyway, let's go and have a look. Oh, he's got a goat also. I noticed the goat when I arrived earlier, tethered where I am camping, but now I don't know whether that's the same one there or not. But anyway, let's go and have a look through here. Yeah, the reviews I saw on Google was really good. Here we go, look, Trillia de Dunes. So the trail to the dunes. Oh, there's the dunes. Quite steep that is by the looks of it. But yes, the last time I went camping it was lovely and warm. It's not cold now, but it's not sunny like it was then, but no big deal, eh? As long as it's not absolutely throwing it down with rain. That's more important. A little bit of rain is not a problem also. Right, let's get up there. Well, there we go. I'm halfway up. I've come from there. I haven't been up any sand dunes for bloody years. Quite soft down the bottom. It's not too bad here. There we go, folks. I'm right at the top of the dunes. Hey, as I say, it's a little bit miserable, the weather is today. Well, that's looking north up the coast. There's some dunes here, isn't there? That's going down south. This is just a neighbourhood on the outskirts of the city. So, I don't know if you can see that road there. See that road? That's where I came into this little neighbourhood from that area over there. Yeah, it's a little bit breezy up here now, but it's not cold. A little bit of rain, but the wind will blow the cobwebs off, eh? There you go. Jesus Christ, I was out of breath coming up here. The first part, no problem, very soft. But the second part, I tried getting up a little bit faster. Thought I'd test myself. It opens your lungs up, that's for sure. So this is the nearest beach to the camping. Praia Ribanceira, quite popular for surfers. You see it's a little bit choppy today. We've had a lot of rain over the last few days, but clearing up now, thank God. So yes, they're making the most of it, aren't they? Quite a few out there, a few on the beach there, there's a few more going out. So it must be quite popular for whales also around here. Here we go, look. Baleia Franca Austral. So they monitor the whales in this area. So just up there, basically back to the camping. Quite a few places around here, pousadas and camping. Oh, there's a wooden house being built there. Just seen a couple of guys working on the place, putting the thermal sheeting on the roof before the tiles, or before the roof sheets. So, if you look down there, there's a car parked on the left hand side, a dark coloured car. And there's a sign there, Padang. So that's where the other camping is. Anyway, let's hope the weather holds up. Well, it's a bit breezy here. I'm making my way down to the town centre in that direction. But I've just arrived at a viewpoint, so I thought I'd just let you have a look here. This is the port of Imbituba in the distance there. Quite a busy port actually. When I arrived in the centre, coming here, lots of lorries going down to the port. Hell of a lot. There's another dozen surfers down there in the water. A few down there also. So yeah, here we've got a Mirand, look. Mirand, which is a viewpoint. And that direction there takes you back to the camping where I've come from. Here we go, look, Instagram. I'll get moving, continue down to the town centre. Well, I don't know what these houses would have been for, or these buildings, should I say. One there, and there's one identical there. And at the back there, it looks like there's a church. So I'm going to try and get over there and have a look at that. That's going down to the seafront. Well, there we go, there's the entrance to the place. I don't know what's going off, but there's quite a few people going in there. It's only about 3:30 on a Thursday afternoon. So I don't know, no idea. Just over the back there, through the trees, there's a little park, a praça. Here we go then, this is another beach which is south of the port, Praia de Vila. Yes, as I mentioned, it must be quite common for whale sightings around here. Yeah, look. Oh, we've got some paragliders there in the distance. Paragliders, are they? They're the ones they use in the water. Pull them through the water. I don't know the name of them. Paraboards or something. Can you see those there? I thought there was paragliders actually, but they're not, are they? don't know what they call them, but they've got the boards in the water and they use the sails to pull them along. Well, there's plenty of wind today for that. Yeah, there's not a lot of people on the beach. It's not cold, but it's very, very windy. Well, it does seem a little bit different down here on the south side of the port compared to the north side. A little bit more touristy. There's a bar, music bar there. There's another one further down. There's a restaurant, pizzeria there. Up there, there's an hotel. You've got an academy there. Gymnasium, academy, whatever you want to call it. Centro Comercial there, Ribeira Graciosa, and down there, I don't know, but to be honest, it doesn't look as though there's a lot happening. That takes you back up to the town centre. What I did notice when I rode through the city centre to get down here to the beach, they're just straight roads, running parallel with each other. There's no curves, bends in the roads, just straight roads crossing through from one side to the other, and there's no traffic lights. Maybe at the top end there was a few, but in the centre they're all roundabouts, which is good, every junction. Like if you go to, for example, Itajaí, in the centre there, traffic lights, one after another. But here, no. Roundabouts, very practical. I've often wondered why Brazil doesn't use more roundabouts actually. They're a lot better. Keep the traffic flowing, if they're used correctly anyway. But I will be honest with you, I don't know what to make of this place. I don't know whether it's because the weather's a little bit off or what. There doesn't seem to be a lot happening, to be honest. I think there's still a lot more to be done here, infrastructure wise. But maybe not, maybe there's a lot more to it. Well, I've rode down to the south side of the port, quite a way, come through the centre, went to that little church, down here to the beach. There's quite a few beaches along here, but there doesn't seem to be a lot happening apart from that. But anyway, I'm not complaining, I'm just being honest, my honest opinion. So I'm going to get back on my bike and head back into the centre. Or maybe I'll continue a little bit more down south actually. Yes, down that direction there, that takes you further down south. So I think we'll go down there. Do a little bit of investigating, see if there is anything else. I don't know any history about Imbituba, to be honest. Maybe it was just a port city and it's grown. Don't know whether there's an historic part to the town or anything, so I'll go a little bit further down. There don't seem to be many people about, to be honest. Well, this is it folks, that's the end of the road where the lighthouse post is. It was only 500 metres away from where I was, so that's it, there's nothing else. This is the most southerly part of the road on the seafront. So these there, I don't know whether they're holiday rentals or what. There don't seem to be many people about. I mean, it's still February, it's still summertime. So that there is the bus station. It's the first time I've seen something like that for a good while. You've got all the individual boxes there, look, the little shops. It's the type of thing you'd see a little bit more north, maybe up Mato Grosso going up to Rondônia that way. I haven't seen anything like this before in Santa Catarina. It's the first time. Here we go then, look, this is in the centre. A part of the centre anyway. Little roundabout. Okay. Up there, or down there. As I say, if people use them correctly, they're good. Why wait at traffic lights? Very simple, they don't cost nothing to build, do they? Keep the traffic flowing. So that takes you back down to the beach that way. So that's it, the town's made up of this, basically. Well, that's about it, my friends, the end of the video. It's the Friday morning, the day after. I had a great night's sleep, really comfortable, peaceful. A few dogs barking, but that's normal. No rain, which is good. Really comfortable. I woke up really early, then laid down a little bit, had a look at my map for the next one for today's journey, and I've had a nice shower and a cup of tea. Now I'm going back down to have some breakfast and a cup of coffee, then I'll get my tent dismantled there in the background and I'll be away. So let me just show you around one more time before I go. So the sky is clearing. It's forecasted sun now for the next week, which is fantastic. Well, I've got my sleeping bag there airing out and my mattress, which I've deflated. Just pack the tent away then and I'm ready. 20 minutes and it'll be ready for going. These are the bathrooms. Very clean and big. So let me just show you in here. Toilet, shower. The most important thing is, I was speaking to the lady yesterday about campsites, the bathrooms. It don't matter how big they are, but the cleanliness is very important. So women's, man's, they probably could do with more than this actually when they're busy, but I'm not complaining, there's only me here. And down here to the communal area. And that place there, the green place, that's a rental. They're expecting someone today actually, coming to move into there for a while. So holiday rentals. There's no lights on here at the moment. I've had a cup of tea as I mentioned. This is my equipment here. My cooking gear, 2 bags. But here we go, look, you've got a cooker and a sink and a big fridge freezer. Table and chairs. Table and chairs. Table and chairs. You've got a microwave. Electric kettle. We've got a wood burning stove here. 3 more fridges. Sink. 2 sinks. Another cooker. Microwave. All the pans. I mean, I don't use any pans of anyone. I've got all my gear, but for whoever hasn't, freezer there. They've got quite a few things laid around in here. I was looking yesterday, antiques and things on the shelves. These here, look at these, oh, the steins. Right. There's a punch bag there also. Something else here I missed. Turtle shell, what we found on the beach. That there, that's is it a bedpan or something like that? From up north. Quite old actually. She was telling me, I think it was from her grandmother. Here we go, look, Eiffel Tower there. Some old irons. Down there, some old sewing machines. Some of the motorcycle camping people who have been here before. Big trail. That one there. Floripa, Malta, Aventura. Look at the size of these trees here, these eucalyptus. And through there, right through there, I don't know if you can see the sand, that's the dunes where I went yesterday. There's a dog up there actually. I can see a dog sat on the dunes. Yeah, as I mentioned before, there's a man and woman who owns the place, Maria Pena. She's from up northeast. And Manuel Silva, I think his name is. He's from Santa Catarina. On there, to the bar.
Yeah, to the wall.
Well, so he was a lorry driver, and he met her when he was doing his deliveries up north. So they've been married quite a while, but lovely couple. So anyone looking for a decent campsite when they're down in Imbituba, Recanto das Dunas, come and check this place out. Very nice. So anyway, folks, I'm gonna get ready and have a little bit of breakfast and be on my way to the next one. And I'm basically just doing reviews, checking out these campsites and checking out these new towns which I haven't visited before. Anything of interest really. Not staying too long at each one. I've got to make the most of my time. As I said before, I'm only away for about 3 or 4 days, so I need to make the most of the time. So alright then, if you're interested in this, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye.